Welcome everybody out there. Like, what the hell is going on? And all these players, like Liverpool was an absolute. Let's not get crazy. Here we go. 3-team teaser. All 8 They just don't give a shit. Yeah. So we're back.
We're back again.
Whoa, yeah. Football predictions are back. It's been a great weekend. Hopefully everybody was able to watch the video, process what we said, because man, we cleaned up.
We
absolutely cleaned up, man. We were due for a weekend like that. We were due for, but it's still like anytime it happens, it's still a great feeling. It's a special feeling.
It is.
Yeah, because there have been a lot of times recently where like our picks were still pretty good, but there was always that one that would like not come through or not deliver for us. But this time, everybody delivered. Everybody. So let's get to it. Let's recap and talk about what happened. The first one that we felt really good about actually was a bit trickier than I thought it was going to be. Leeds United and Southampton.
Leeds and Southampton. It almost finishes.
I know Leeds left it late. They left it really late. But when that goal went in, like, man, what a great feeling that was.
I was screaming.
I was screaming too, man. I was screaming. Because I was thinking, well, man, like, here we go again, shit, you know, like, because I still thought Leeds were the better team in that game. I thought they were playing well, but they just couldn't find a way through. But then, boom, they got it done. They go and finished 1-0, but all they needed was the one. So we hit that one bang on. The other one that I came through with for my tease that I talked about was West Ham over Forest.
West Ham over Forest.
That game was 0-0 at halftime.
Well, most of them.
Well, I know. Yeah, it was 0-0. I think after like 65 minutes, it was still 0-0, and then bang, West Ham just exploded.
Danny Ings.
Again, 4 late goals to bring it home 4-0. It's like I had that game on as well as watching it. It felt like every 5 minutes, another goal. And again, West Ham, they really came through.
They do though.
Steve Cooper just couldn't get it done for us.
He's screwed.
I've said this many times, like I still think Forest are safe though. I still think they're going to have enough to stay up.
It shouldn't be a problem for them.
No, because it feels like they have these games where they look bad and they get nothing, but then they always know when they've got to really step it up and get a result. Like they had that 1-1 with Man City. Like I still think Forest are okay, but West Ham delivered. The other ones that we talked about as well, to round out the 3-team teas that I threw out there, we'll just get into it real quick. Man United, Newcastle United, League Cup final, nailed that one as well. Man U 2-0. It was very comfortable.
It was very comfortable, but I have another thing in my mind, but I still bet for Man United though. You know, my thought was like, every time Karius has the ball, I was like, fuck yeah. Every time he makes the save, I was like, you did do it.
Karius, he didn't do anything stupid in the game, but the first Man United goal, the Casemiro goal.
That's not his mistake.
That's not his mistake. That had nothing to do with Karius at all. Really, it was just really bad defending from Newcastle. They didn't line up properly at all, and Man United took advantage of that. The second goal, which originally was given to Rashford, but then was changed to an own goal. It did take a slight deflection, hence the own goal, and that did make it a little bit difficult for Karius. I still think Karius should have done better on that though. If you look at the replay, he went down, like he was falling down too quickly. Whereas if he had stayed strong in an upright position, he was going to make that save.
He's going to make the save.
He's going to make it, but he started going to ground too fast, and then when it took that small deflection and went over him, he had no chance.
He had no chance. But Man United have a chance to score the third goal though. Karius denied it. I was like, fuck, it's 3-0, it's over. And then somehow Karius just changed my mind.
I mean, I guess I don't want to be too hard on the guy. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't special either.
Okay.
But with that said, I do want to say this about that game. I thought Newcastle were awful. Like, Karius aside, nothing to do with him. I thought going forward, Newcastle, they had some nice possession, but they didn't create anything. I thought De Gea had a very quiet game. He didn't really have to do anything at all. Newcastle just were really kind of lacking that killer instinct up front. And Man United, they were very clinical. Tactically, they were nice. Ten Hag set them up really well, and it was an easy game. Easy 2-0.
You know, watching Newcastle tonight, it was tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it was yesterday.
Well, yesterday night.
Yesterday night.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of watching Newcastle 2 years ago. 2 years ago, that was like all they does is like give the ball to Maximin. And then
Yeah.
everyone is so slow that Maximum was like, there's no one to pass to. And he
Yeah.
saying, but the problem is he can't shoot. He just can't finish. His finishing is horrible.
His finishing is horrible.
And then everyone is so slow. He got nothing to do. He was like, he had to keep the ball away. He had to wait for his like pass it back through. And then no one gives a shit. No one shoots.
Yeah, by that time, yeah, against this Man United team, like your decisions have to be like a bang on, quick. Because if you take that extra second, Man U's going to be able to set up defensively and close it down.
They're just too slow.
Too slow, yeah. I was watching the game out last night with some friends, and we were kind of talking about Newcastle, and I don't really know what to think about them right now. They've still only lost a few games. They've only lost twice in the Premier League.
Yep.
Both times to Liverpool, shockingly. And then last night they lost to Man U, and they lost in the FA Cup against Sheffield Wednesday. So, I mean, they've only lost 4 games this entire season, which is a really, really good record. But I don't really have a lot of confidence in them right now. They don't inspire me yet.
They don't inspire you.
They don't inspire me. No, if like I see Newcastle playing a game, like I'm like, okay, they're in there, they're going to play well, they're going to have some nice moments, but they're not going to dominate. They don't have that confidence where they look super sharp yet. I guess they're still in the building process, the building time, but it just looks like they're missing something right now.
They are.
A little bit of energy that they're missing. Who knows? I still think that they're having a good season, and they have a very good chance to finish in the top 4. That's what they have to focus on, be in the Champions League next season. But they do need to improve their finishing, and I think they need to play with a bit more energy as well.
Talking about that, we can parlay that to our Chelsea and Tottenham game.
Yup, that was a game that I didn't put any money on. I didn't touch it. I just can't trust Chelsea right now. Spurs played pretty well. Chelsea looked catastrophic again. They looked lifeless, idealist, no cutting edge, no final touch in the box. Hakim Ziyech probably should have had a red card in that game.
Yeah. He was mental. I mean, he was like,
Yeah, the guy went mental, absolutely mental. But Chelsea, they have so many problems right now. I read that since October 1st, they've scored the fewest games in the Premier League, or scored the fewest goals in the Premier League. That includes Southampton and Everton. They scored the fewest goals in the Premier League. Like, pretty much if you play Chelsea right now, you're guaranteed a clean sheet. Because they ain't scoring. They ain't scoring at all. It's not happening.
it's not happening. I've seen the news yesterday. They said that Potter won't be sacked tonight. And then I was like, why? I had lots of questions in my mind though about Potter. But Potter did say though that he said this about Liverpool. He said Jurgen Klopp was given 4 years to improve the team.
Yep.
And he should be given a 4-year chance as well. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. 4-year chance. No way. There's no way. It's
No. Well, that's quite interesting. Jurgen Klopp also, that season for Liverpool when he came in, Brendan Rodgers started that season as manager. He was sacked after 2 months, and Klopp came in October. Almost identical to this. Tuchel started 2 months and sacked, and Graham Potter came in. That first year that Klopp had with Liverpool, which was the 2015-2016 season, Liverpool weren't very good, but they had a lot of inspiration that season. They went to the League Cup final that year. They lost to Man City. And they went to the Europa League final that year. They lost to Sevilla. Yeah, but they had some amazing wins that year. I remember they beat Manchester United in the Europa League that season. They beat Borussia Dortmund in the Europa League that season.
Borussia Dortmund as well.
Who was really, really good that year, by the way. Ridiculously good, that Borussia Dortmund team. So the point is this. That team, Klopp was able to come into Liverpool pretty quickly and get them playing better. Graham Potter isn't doing shit at Chelsea right now. The new signings don't look very good. They can't score a goal. They're pushing forward. They have nothing. And I do think that the owner, Todd Bowley, there's a real arrogance to this because a lot of people said that he made a mistake sacking Thomas Tuchel. This guy won the Champions League with them. You know, this guy's a good manager. And they said, like, you're making a big mistake doing this, but he's saying, no, he's gone. I want Graham Potter. He handpicked Graham Potter as his man after sacking a guy who won the Champions League. So if he sacks now Graham Potter after 5 months or whatever it's been, as a disaster and a failure, that's a massive loss of face for Todd Bowley. This guy's going to look like an absolute idiot if he does that. He sacked a Champions League winner for his hand-picked, chosen golden manager who sucks. And if he sacks him, he's going to look like a moron. And I think that's what's saving Graham Potter right now is the owner knows if they do it, he is going to look in the eyes of the public and the world media like a clueless American who knows nothing about football. And that's the one thing that Graham Potter has going for him right now.
Well,
that's it. I think Chelsea actually could finish around 12 or 13 in the Premier League this
12 or 13.
season. 12 or 13, I do.
Jesus, that's a little bit hard.
I do. They can't score a goal.
Okay, you're right.
And if that happens, like I guess Graham Potter is still safe. Maybe they're going to give him a summer transfer.
I mean, if Todd Bowley likes him, I mean, who's good?
Todd Bowley loves him. He loves him.
Who's going to do anything about it?
I don't. You've got Mauricio Pochettino just waiting. They're ready to be hired. He would take that job in a second.
He would.
He would. If Chelsea called up Pochettino and said, "Listen, we made a mistake with Potter. We want you. Can you come in and do this thing?" Pochettino would be like, "I'm there in 15 minutes."
There's no way Bowley's going to let that happen.
I don't think he will either.
That's
No. So anyway, they looked bad again last night. The other one we can discuss that we nailed on our teaser, well, it wasn't our 3-team teaser, but it was, I had a little bit of money on it, and we talked about it, and we felt very good about it, was Aston Villa and Everton.
Aston Villa.
And sure enough, like Villa came through, they looked really, really good. Everton looked really, really bad. It was 2-0, but for me, I thought it was a comfortable 2-0 for Villa. I thought like Everton didn't really create much at all, and Villa were good value for that win.
Good for them.
Good for them. So with those matches, we really had a prosperous weekend. Yeah, even some of the matches we said to stay away from came through. We said stay away from Fulham and Wolves.
Yep.
And sure enough, that was a 1-1. We said stay away from that ugly Liverpool Crystal Palace game, and that was an awful 0-0 draw. So even the ones that we said, listen, we don't really feel great about these matches. That's why.
That's why.
That's why.
That's how it came out.
Yeah, Liverpool, they're a big mess right now. It's getting worse and worse for them. They have no heart, no passion, no ideas. They're lacking so much. We've talked about it enough now. It's a terrible team that needs a lot of changes, a lot. And that game with Palace didn't look good at all.
Yeah, one thing I want to mention about Liverpool. Yeah, yesterday I was looking through my Facebook and I saw a post by Fabrizio Romano.
Oh yeah.
He was talking about Liverpool. He said that Jurgen Klopp says that in this summer deal, he will probably looking for 3 new midfielders. I think one of them
desperately need.
I mean, they are obsessed with Jude Bellingham.
Oh, well, they ain't gonna get him. I don't think that's gonna.
You don't think they're gonna get him?
No, I think he'll probably go to Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
I think so. Bellingham is an awesome player. If they could get him, he would help a lot. But I don't think he's interested in Liverpool right now. They're not in a good moment, and he doesn't want to do that to his career.
Okay, but that's what Klopp says. That's what Klopp tells to.
Well, I believe that. I definitely believe that Klopp wants Bellingham, and I know Liverpool would love to have Jude Bellingham, but I just don't know about that one.
It's gonna be tough though.
It's tough. I mean, they'll be interested, of course. Declan Rice, they'll be interested.
There's no way he's coming.
No way.
There's no way.
There's a few from Wolves, Ruben Neves, they'll probably be interested in. But again, I don't think that these guys are going to be coming to Liverpool. There's too many problems right now. They might just have to find somebody from France. You know,
France?
somebody from Italy to come in. Because I don't think any top talent is coming to Liverpool this transfer window. I don't see it. But that's for the summer window.
That's for the summer.
Yeah. So anyway, we had to recap that Premier League and the League Cup final. It was a brilliant weekend, and I just hope that everybody out there was able to cash in like we were able to cash in on, because that money was coming in. So we have some football this week, some midweek football.
Yep.
FA Cup. We have FA Cup matches are this week. What do you think about those?
It's another game that it was pretty tough to pick.
I agree.
mean, you remember the last time we picked the FA Cup?
Oh yeah.
It
didn't go very well.
The results was absolutely horrific.
Horrific. That was a bad week.
It was a draw. All of them was a draw.
All of them
was a draw. But now it's kind of like a big team against a smaller team.
In many games it is.
It might be, but the problem is the manager might want to rotation the player. So that's going to be quite tough for us as well.
Oh yeah.
You know, to pick, because probably they just want to keep the main players,
Keep them ready for the Premier League.
Yep,
Absolutely.
prevent them from injuries, and it's going to be another tough one to call. But what do you think about it?
Well, we were looking at the matches, and one of them that I think that we did kind of agree on was Leicester City over Blackburn.
Okay.
Yeah, that game is being played at King Power Stadium. Blackburn actually are having a decent season in the Championship. They possibly could be promoted to the Premier League. I don't think they will, but they have a chance. In Leicester City, they lost to Arsenal over the weekend. We didn't talk very much about
Which
that.
they had a fight though.
They had a fight. Yeah, they were in there. They played okay against Arsenal, but not good enough. They had that 3-0 loss against Manchester United as well before that, so they're not in the best of form, but I still think they'll have enough to get past Blackburn Rovers.
I think so. I think they had enough.
So that's one I feel pretty good about. Another one that I definitely feel good about, really, really good, that I would say would be my top pick is Burnley over Fleetwood Town.
Burnley over Fleetwood Town. Here we go, Vincent Kompany.
Yeah, Vincent. Like Burnley is top of the Championship. They're 1,000% going to get promoted and be in the Premier League next season. Vincent Kompany's having a great season there as their manager. So I definitely think Burnley are going to beat Fleetwood Town. That game is at Burnley as well, in the Moors. So I'm going to go for Burnley win.
You're going to go for Burnley?
Burnley win in that one, yeah, I am. If they don't win it, I'd be pretty surprised.
Great, that's disappointing in the Vincent Kompany.
Yeah, very disappointing. So I'm going for a Burnley win. There were some other ones as well. Man United play West Ham at home. I'm not touching that game.
You're not touching that?
No, West Ham are coming off of a good win. And Man United, man, think about this. They just beat Barcelona. They just beat Newcastle. And guess who they're playing in the Premier League next? They're playing Liverpool at Anfield. So this game with West Ham at home is like perfectly set up for them to have some sort of problem in it. I'm not saying they're going to. Man U are definitely favored to win the game, and they will most likely win the game. But I'm just saying, to me, it has all the makings of a trap.
A trap.
It does have the makings of a trap where David Moyes gets West Ham really fired up, and they go into Old Trafford and sneak a win. It's all set up for that. But I'm not touching that game.
You're not touching it?
Not touching it.
Well, if you're feeling lucky, you know what? Here we go. Both teams gonna score.
I agree with that. Both teams are going to score. That I agree with. Yes.
But I think Man United will win. Well, probably the
Could be 2-1.
It could be 2-1. It could
2-1,
be 3-2.
3-2.
Or
yeah.
it could be that kind of game that could go for 4-3, 4-2. Who knows? Anything could happen. It's football.
It is football. I definitely like that pick of both teams scoring. I absolutely agree with that. Man U could win by 1 goal.
But I think both of them could score.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not comfortable putting my money anywhere near that game, so I'm avoiding that one.
Yeah, if you're just feeling lucky.
Yeah. Again, if you're feeling lucky as well, Man City are playing away to Bristol City.
Bristol City.
Bristol City is another team that's actually having a decent season in the Championship right now. Again, Man City will be heavily favored in that game. But Bristol City are at home. You never know. You never know what can happen in football. But obviously, Manchester City should win that game. But it's another one I'm not going to touch. I'm not touching it. And I guess the other one that I would have to pick that I would put some money on is Brighton are playing Stoke.
Stoke City.
Yeah, that game is at Stoke City. Could be tricky, but I am going to go for a Brighton win.
Brighton's going to most likely win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stoke City, they're decent. You know,
Yeah.
But I'll take it or leave it. But I think Brighton's going to win 100%.
Right.
They're good. They're
Yeah.
good.
So those would be my 3 where I would have my money at. Burnley, Brighton, Leicester City.
Leicester City.
Those are the 3 where I'd have a bit of action on it. But with the FA Cup is difficult.
It's hard to pick.
It is very
Especially
hard.
when the managers want to rotate the player.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. A disaster could happen, you know, if they rotate the player.
Absolutely.
Anything could happen.
Especially with these Premier League games coming up on the weekend, we know that managers love to rotate players. So put the money down, but no guarantees about what's going to happen. No guarantees about what's going to happen.
No guarantees.
One thing I do want to talk about real quick is there are 2 games in the Premier League this week. 2 games. The first one is Arsenal playing at home with Everton.
Arsenal against Everton.
Yeah, and remember Everton beat them a few weeks ago.
Yep, by 1-0.
By 1-0 shot. This match, Everton have no chance. Slam dunk Arsenal victory.
Now they're Everton. They're in the league
Yeah,
fight right now.
decline. I'm going for an Arsenal win over Everton.
Arsenal win.
Arsenal win.
Arsenal's gonna win.
Yeah, the game's at the Emirates. I'm going for an Arsenal win.
You know what? We know that Arsenal's gonna win. Let's go for the score. Let's see who's gonna nail the score. You and me. Here we go.
I do think Everton, they're defending since Sean Dyche came in. It's okay. I'm just gonna go for a simple 2-0 Arsenal. Simple 2-0 Arsenal. That's it.
Say 3.
3. Okay. 3-0.
3 is possible, guys.
It is.
3 is possible.
3 is possible. And the other Premier League game this week, Wolves are coming to Anfield to play Liverpool.
I don't want to touch it.
I don't
really want to touch
This game is so toxic. I want nothing to do with it. Nothing. Keep in mind, again, Liverpool were hammered by Wolves just a couple weeks ago in the Premier League 3-0. And now Wolves are coming back to Anfield off of a 3-0 win over Liverpool from a few weeks back. They know that they can beat these guys. This game, I think, most likely will be a draw. If I had to pick, I would probably go for a 1-1 draw, but I ain't touching it. I'm not touching this game.
I'm going for Wolves to win.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Wolves won that game. Not
You know
one
what?
bit.
I'm gonna try and nail this one.
Okay.
I would say Wolves will win 2-1.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad pick at all.
2-1. Here we go. Let's see, guys.
Let's see.
Let's see. And both teams to score as well. If you're feeling lucky, you want to make some.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Both teams will score in that
Both
game.
teams
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Yep.
Right.
So I like 1-1 draw in that game, but I'm not touching it. I don't like it. And Arsenal will definitely beat Everton.
100%.
Yeah.
But the problem is Arsenal. They're always, when they go against Sean Dyche, they never perform that well.
Yeah.
Since Sean Dyche was in
Burnley.
they perform that well when they go against Sean Dyche.
Yeah, he always played him top.
So maybe this
Always
time,
top.
who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe Sean Dyche can continue the curse.
Maybe he will. I mean, he just beat him a few weeks ago, so we don't know. So I think that's it. FA Cup is difficult to pick, but I feel pretty comfortable with the information that we put out there. Burnley I like a lot. Leicester City I feel good about. Brighton I feel good about as well. And Arsenal over Everton in the Premier League. I like that one quite a bit. Oh, Arsenal over Everton. So we'll come back with a video later on in the week to talk about what's happened with these matches and then focus on the Premier League upcoming next weekend, which does include the big match at Anfield between Manchester United and Liverpool.
We'll get it covered for you guys.
Manchester United have not won at Anfield in 7 years.
This one's gonna be tough.
This one's gonna be tough, man. But that's for next time.
That's for next time.
So I say that's a wrap. Yeah, so hopefully everybody had a great weekend just like we did. Place those bets, keep watching, and we'll be back together very soon.
We'll be back, guys. So yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this video to your family,
Share,
to your friends,
subscribe.
so maybe they can make some money.
Make some money.
Well,
Man, last weekend you would have made a lot of money, a lot.
yeah, you would. So that's probably gonna do it for today.
Absolutely.
Yep. So hope to see you guys again next week. Stay tuned, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Adios.
Adios. Brilliant.